She started well in the first ODI, but then got dismissed, had a handy partnership with Captain Harmanpreet Kaur. She looked aggressive. Targets. When I say individual targets, not just individual these batters, but how are you progressing through the 15 overs? How are you progressing through the power play and accelerating in the end overs? When Shruti was there, the scoring rate was 6.6. It's just dropped to 3.5 between these two batters. One batter is at half century, the other one is also coming out of a good form. That's one of the areas that they would want to consider an improvement in.
Yeah, that's because both the openers got a fluent start. Smriti Mandana is a difficult player to bowl at because she puts anything away which is slightly loose, whereas Arlene Dior likes to play herself in. So there is bound to be a bit of a lull at the start, at least, when she's around. Beautifully played. Good use of the feet from Arlene Dior, and she got close to the ball and found the gap as well. Lovely drive that.
Top shot. She went straight down the track and stayed leg side of the ball to play it between extra cover and mid-off. It's fantastic. Her confidence is high. You can see that. Scored 44 in the previous game. 2 half-century partnerships. Soft hands, runs it down, keeps it down to a single. But they also have the time, 110-run partnership. They've lost a wicket. They have a little bit of time so that lull can happen. And then they can consolidate through the middle overs. And then look to accelerate. 139 for 1.
What's the score that the Indian team is keen to accomplish? Winning the toss, back first, leading the series 1-0. Catches the ball, but it's a vacant area where the ball will drop. And Harleen Diol is looking to be a little more aggressive. Her fluent style. It's an important game for both these sides. Third one-day international will be played on December 27th, a day game starting at 9:20 a.m. 9:30 will be the first ball, so that's going to be a change as well in terms of timing. But more importantly for the West Indies, they want to win this game to stay alive and relevant in the third game in terms of the series. It's tied, it's long, and enough for Pratika Rawal to get her first maximum of the game.
Nicely played. Good use of the feet once again from Rawal this time. And then she found the safest spot on the ground, straight over the bowler's head. Kept the fielder at long on interested for a while, but that only kept going away. Teaser of a shot from Rawal. She gets the maximum.
First maximum for her in international cricket. Taking on Shamalia Connell there, one of the taller fielders in the West Indies side. But overall, she's played very smart cricket, percentage shots, high percentage cricket.
Conventional kind of batter is Rawal. And the odds are always with the batter if they decide to go down the ground, because they'll be able to present the full face of the bat, and when they do that, the contact is more or less always guaranteed, good contact. watching the replay in real time. The height was there, but it was just enough to clear the boundary. The coach was delighted. In the over, 147 for 1 India. She was able to do that because she bowled a consistent line. She bowled stump to stump, did not provide too much of room for the right-handed batters, and also used the arm ball exceptionally well.
She was also the only bowler who went at less than 6 runs and over. That single brings Harleen Deol on strike.
Good player on the offside is Harleen Deol. We saw that in the first ODI as well. She took the time, and then when she was confident enough, once she got a measure of the conditions and the bowlers, who played some lovely shots to make up for the dot balls that she played in the early part of her innings.
And she was involved in 2 50-run partnerships, the first with Smriti Mandana and then with Harmanpreet Kaur. She plays that perfect foil. Pushing for the second. A bit of a misfield allows them to come back as well.
And that brings up the 150 of the innings. And this is one area they've been repeatedly making mistakes, allowing the batters the freedom to sneak extra runs. She will keep the strike, well, Rahul. 152 for 1 India.
The run rate has progressed as we come to the halfway mark in this game. Harleen had a nice outing in the first one-day international. Prior to today, she's batted at number 3 position for India 5 times, her highest being 77 against Bangladesh. Considering the opportunities being offered to most players now to going out there and make an impression, whether it was Nandini Kashyap or Raghavi Bisht, we saw Raghavi, of course, got a look in the T20 series. Harleen Deol coming back from an injury. More has been used in the T20 format, now getting opportunities straight away from the time she toured Australia earlier this month as a number 3 batter for India. Pratika Rawal's maiden mark. It's up to the players how they can make sure they're able to strengthen their places, cement their places at the positions that they're being given an opportunity.
It's always about backing yourself and grabbing opportunities with both hands. We've seen Rahul do a good job of it, really. She would have been nervy in the first game, but here she showed that what she's all about. She's absolutely compact in her technique, and she's also got the confidence, which is so important for somebody stepping up into the international arena.
It's also a question of belief and the fact that a batter or a bowler believes that they belong at this level. They would have gotten the opportunity through weight of performance at the domestic level or for India A through the Challenger Trophy, and just trust their training and stick to their basics and do what they do best and not try to change their style of play and back themselves.
Opportunity is floored by Deandra Doughton. Harleen Deol gets a reprieve. 156 for 1 India.
Something you associate Deandra Doughton. She is a gun fielder. Just missing the line of that ball. Just as fielding can be inspirational, lapses in fielding and catching can also be infectious at times, unfortunately. 300 on the cards if they continue at the current rate, India. But they would be looking at 350 or so with the batting lineup they have, the way they're batting.
Definitely the kind of crop that we've seen around, especially coming for India. We saw in the T20s, we've seen bowlers coming through, especially if I talk about the batting part. How would you assess the opportunities, of course, which are being offered, and how would you assess the players in the top order performing for India, along with Smriti Mandana right at the top, or in the middle order with Harmanpreet Kaur?
They've been really good, and they also displayed a lot of temperament playing at this level and performing. Adapting to the conditions is the key. For that to happen, the players need to know their strengths and their limitations. So only then they'll be able to adapt to the demands of the situation, as well as the demands that the role allotted to them demands of them.
Good aggressive running. Strong. They're looking good. 50-run stand between these two batters also coming up for India.
The 65 balls taken. Karthika Rawal 23 of 28 in this partnership. And another strong start and strong showing from Team India. 161 for 1.
Partnerships from the backbone of an innings, and that's where the Indians have been really good at. They did that really well in the first game, and they continue to do so here as well. Again in the second game rather. Back-to-back century partnerships coming from the openers, and then the third wicket has already produced 52, beg your pardon, the second wicket has produced 52 runs already.
It's a very important aspect of the one-day game. 50-over cricket, you need to bat long and deep. So if you're able to, as an opening pair or the top 3 batters, bat out 25 to 30 overs, and then another 10 overs you consolidate, then you can convert it into a 20-over game. Then you have the likes of Harmanpreet Kaur, Richa Ghosh. to come and explode, use that launch pad, and that's when you can get past 300 consistently.
They'll be aware of the target that Indian team can get. Obviously, they'll need to step on the gas a bit more to going over 300. How about changing things around? West Indies possibly can go back to seam bowling. They've had James, who's bowled a nice spell, none for 17 in her 3 overs. Ramarak is into her 8th, none for 30. Change things around a bit. Just like this mid-wicket fielder has come a lot straighter to stopping that single.
They've changed the order of bowlers around today, starting with pace, and then they brought Zeta James in very late after the 22nd over. I was expecting her to come a lot earlier, especially since she picked up a fifer in the previous game. So a change now would be good.
Will be a massive challenge, and she's up to it. No, she isn't. The ball still goes around and has a feel of the boundary cushions. After 26 deliveries, the boundary has come for India. 168 for 1.
A little bit of a tickle, using the pace of the ball. Excellent effort over there, but will get 4. In a position of great strength, India. 5.96 already. Another chase. Excellent over here from Ramarak. Yeah, she does really well. Aware of where the boundary skirt is.
Compared to the first game, she has got to move along.
Tame dismissal. Very soft indeed.
Yeah, they've been toiling in the middle, the West Indian bowlers. Just trying to work this one into the leg side and picks out the hands of Kiana Joseph. Didn't have to move left or right. None other than the 5-wicket hauler, Zeta James, from the previous match to make the breakthrough. In particular, what Rawal goes for well played 76 from 86. It's 172 for 2.
And it's time for drinks. Mr. 50 in the first game, Mr. 100 in the second game. 30 gone, India 174 for 2.
And just the 2 runs from that Haley match is over. She's varied her pace very well. 78, the slowest delivery, 80 the fastest.
Seven bowlers used so far by West Indies.
except Ramarak, everybody is going above 5, which means they're kind of playing into the hands of the run rate. 5.8 at the moment, 8 wickets in the heart, 20 overs to go. Looking ominous over here. Thinking of 2, but better sense prevails. It's time to consolidate, not to take risks. Not yet, at least.
Yeah, it will be an important period of play for India. The Captain Harmanpreet Kaur is in the middle. A new partnership building. The West Indies on a bit of momentum because of the last wicket. You see the James once again in the attack.
Yeah, from the angle that we saw right now, I just got the feeling that yes, it was flattered through the air, so that forces the batter to go back. But it was that extra bounce which didn't allow her to get through with that shot. When they hit down the ground. Just that extra bounce. It just cramped her. As you said, that one of the reasons why it went up, popped up straight to short mid. And I just made it look very spectacular, Stacey.
Yeah, anchored herself quite well to hold on.
Now, after those 2 paddle sweeps, there is a short fine deployed. That's a beautiful shot. And that's an excellent piece of fielding. Hasn't quite gone West Indies' way, but this one is a superb stop.
Oh, good. From Rashida Williams. Excellent effort.
I reckon she's okay, she's done well. Now it's in the offside, half stop over there, but will still go to the fence. Such was the velocity of the shot.
Just the narrowest of width from Zayda James. They're opening the base and just beating the backward point fielder.
Eleven from this one, 31 done, 185 for 2. Huge buildings. Planning Commission has given the permission to make it as high as you can. Just the 2 neon lights on top.
The current run rate 5.94, and if they continue at that 5.94 run rate, they get to 296. And there's a pace of deliveries from Matthews.
In the second spell, this is quite evident what you mentioned, Stacey. She's been under or sub 80 in every delivery that she has bowled, getting the ball to drop a lot more, which with that quick arm action of hers, the batter thinks the ball's coming at them quicker. It's much slower. Finally played, just a bit of width on offer. There is a Crafton. Bit of a stumble.
And it's because of the lack of pace provided by the bowler that this ball doesn't go for four. Otherwise, generally, the West Indies spinners have given a bit of pace here, just missing that ball and then finally making amends.
I think it's just the batter and the quality. 2 dot balls prior, and then just a bit of width on offer and just opens the face for that shot to get the 2 runs. Haleen getting a bit of treatment.
Harmanpreet was superb in the first one day. Missed a couple of games because of niggle in her knee. She looked on song.
Yeah, again, powerful ball striking from the skipper. She just upped the ante and upped the momentum of that innings in that middle phase. Opportunity for players to have a quick drink, but also for Hayley Matthews to get her team in and just discuss the strategies.
Yeah, sort of recalibrate what has worked, what hasn't, who's going to bowl from which end, what fields do you want. That seems to be the discussion. What's the sort of field you want for a particular player to be able to stifle the runs?
India have lost a couple of wickets. The first one against the run of play when things were going pretty smoothly. Just a simple single. They went for the second and then Pratika Rawal didn't put a foot wrong. Just popping one straight to mid-wicket.
Still to come, Jarima Rodriguez, Richard Gosh, Dipti Sharma, if needed. That's an excellent crowd support.
Is that time of the year? Festivities round the corner, there's a nip in the air. Christmas Eve tonight, we won't find Murali Karthik.
That's Santa Spider. Spider Santa out there. Hey, you won't find me because I'm in my room. Mr. Man, Joydeep.
Zida James, the 20-year-old out of St. Lucia, she was excellent.
The physios, the trainers, the analysts, the coaches, often not seen but felt. The speed as which you bowl as a spinner is of prime importance. Not giving pace on. 7 fielders inside the circle. Again, with a little bit of space outside off stump. This could just go all the way. Nip and tuck. Nip winning.
The narrowest of margins and previously scored 2 off of a delivery that had much more width than this. This time opening the base but getting inside of the delivery. And Crafton had no chance.
Easy single of the last 7 from this one. 1-9-2 for 2. End of play. Dotton is back to bowl her last, fourth over of the spell. It's been a good pitch. This ball's come onto the bat quite nicely. We haven't seen any alarming amount of spin because of the strike bareness and dryness.
I haven't seen a lot of deviation for the pacers either, just Shamila Connell with her first over. There was some drift.
Beautiful. Another misfield. A lovely shot nevertheless.
Yeah, these are the kind of mistakes you don't want to see from international sides because it just becomes repetitive, just catches on. Never good for the team temperament. These are straightforward chances.
And never good for the bowler either.
It'll take our memory back to that second wicket Pratika Raval against Zeta Williams. Just look at how easy she found it against these kind of deliveries. And just look at that extra pop which that wicket ball had. Comfortable height for you to go back and cut. And that side angle will illustrate what we've been trying to talk about. In slightly quicker through the air, but that extra bounce, nearly 4 inches, 4-5 inches, and you don't meet it where you actually want to, and that ends up in a wicket. And Kiana Joseph taking it.
Yeah, beautifully explained, Karthik. And I think also when that extra bounce happened of pitching, the bat speed also just became a little slow, because you thought that should I not, stuck between the rock and the hard place. And that often happens when off the pitch, it comes at a speed that you're not expecting. You second doubt yourself.
Yeah, because you're practically setting yourself up to hit a ball at a certain height and with the pace that is coming at you, and then you suddenly realize that the bounce is a bit too much, which means that as with your hands you need to go from below to above. We'll talk about it in the next over after 33, 196 for 2.
We've gone with IDFC First Bank review.
Third umpire to director. We have a player review for LBW. The original decision is not out. It is a fair delivery. Can we move to front on, please? There appears to be an under edge. Can we move to ultra edge, please? Will that through? Just freeze it there. Thank you. We can see a spike as the ball is on the hat. Go back to slow up on the field. Stay with your original decision and make your signal now.
Excellent piece of umpiring. Really bottom edge. And every face tells the story of this one of utter disbelief. 200 was hovering around the 5.2 mark. It's climbed to 5.88, and India haven't lost a wicket. This could go through the roof. This will go to the fence as well. And with that comes the 200 of the India inning. Beautifully shoveled sort of, hey, get swatted.
Yeah, just look at that delivery. That was quicker through the air, and if she had missed that, that was absolutely in front. I don't know how she's managed to shovel it. 96 kilometers per hour, and that's why you've got the raised arms from the bowler. As a bowler, sometimes you think you're going to do this, and if the batter comes up with something better, oh, you have to give it to them. Wonderful shot from Harleen.
Great hand speed, bat speed there, because the ball was quite a lot quicker than the previous balls. To be able to adjust to that and get your hands and bat coming quicker.
Yeah, just the bat speed, really, to the faster delivery.
Biggie. One bounce into the fence, all to pick that cap wide of long on.
And she's varied her pace in this over quite a lot, Hayley Matthews, and this time around her slowest delivery, 77.6 kilometers per hour. Harleen Jewell advances, and with the pace off, gets another boundary. It's a good hit.
Nine from this one, 34 done, 205 for 2.
And the adjustment from Harleen Jewell in this last over. 2 dot balls, then the faster balls from Matthews. And that she whipped around the legs for 6. Another dot ball, and then the slower ball picked up another boundary. So this is excellent in terms of reading the pace of the bowler and understanding what shots are to be played.
Excitement in the big screen. The going rate above 6. And this is what they're playing for. For the hard-fought series. T20 also, the first game India won comprehensively. Second one, West Indies came back and won by 9 wickets. Then India coming back and winning the third.
No, at the moment, this ODI series going India's way. Just looking at the situation, they are in 207 and 35th over after literally crossing the first game, winning by 211 runs. Yeah. 2-1, the result in the T20 International Series. 211-run victory with so many deliveries remaining, and again bossing the batting innings so far.
Yeah, the West Indies bowling and fielding hasn't just been able to create any impact whatsoever. Every batter's almost come and hit the strap straight away. That is something that will worry the West Indian contingent.
I think what will also worry Stacey is that for automatic qualification, then a full toss on offer had to be put away as she finds the gap. There's Harleen.
I'm about to say that they've made the adjustment in terms of there's nothing from the pitch, so bowling that Yorker length line, missing the length and whipped into the leg side because it's full.
Pinky of two, and will easily get it, maybe not. Sent back. We've already have a run out, haven't we? 35 gone, India 2-1, 2 for 2.
National cricket has India faced a situation like this the second time on the occasion, though, after the first one-day international, and now again, if they're finding themselves in, it's credit to how well they have paced their innings.
Stop it!
Third half century for Harleen Deol, and first in India.
Good to see Harman Deol making use of her opportunities. This has been a very good innings from her. Took her time as usual as she walked out the bag. That's the kind of player she is. She's a player who's developed a technique in the orthodox mold, and then she tries to step on the gas when she gets a bit of time at the crease. Nicely paced innings this from Harleen Deol. And in the company of her skipper, she stitched a partnership of 41. And Harmanpreet Kaur has looked in good touch as well. Good effort this. Connor Ledoz at mid-on, diving to her right.
An athletic effort from Shamalia Connell at mid-on. She had to make a lot of ground and put in the dive as well. Harman couldn't believe it. She thought she'd pass the fielder and would get a boundary as well. She had hit it very well, but a very good athletic effort. But also that Harleen Deol came down the track when Harman wasn't running at all.
It was her call. She must have called early enough. She was taken aback by the effort from the fielder there. The Indian innings is looking really good at this stage. 214 for 2. They're following the same template as the first one. Good, nice solid start from the openers, and then the middle order utilizing that foundation. And that was the moment that she will remember with a lot of delight. Third 50 for her. The first one at home. I'll make it special for her.
Poor shot selection from the Indian captain. Loses the stumps. India lose another wicket. A lot of space between deep mid-wicket and mid-on. And that's where she's looking to go as well. Nicely tossed up from Appy Fletcher. Right between that gap. And Harmanpreet Kaur has to walk back. She's delighted, Appy. Harmanpreet Kaur goes for 22, 215 for 3 India. Fletcher gets a wicket for the West Indies in the form of Harmanpreet Kaur just after Harleen Deol has got into a half century. Now it's Jemima Rodriguez. Had a smashing knock in the first one-day international, coming off a very good form from the T20 internationals. One ball remaining in this over. And off the mark straight away. That's how fluent she has been. 2 on 6 for 3. Ghosh and Deepti to come in after any of them loses a wicket. Caroline Diol and Jemima Rodrigues. And just to come back to that half century that Caroline Diol has constructed, this will remain special international game, not T20. And then come in and take the place offered to her with the plum. I think that's one of the areas which will please her most. And in this innings, we've also seen her play the shots that she's usually developed for T20 cricket. That shows the confidence.
It's always heartening to see hard-working cricketers succeed. She's put in a lot of hard work. She had to combat injuries, and her batting mixed with the kind of athleticism she has on the field is a fantastic skill set to have for a skipper in the side. Looking for the second, but they will not get it. And the girl has played some very good shots during the course of a half century. Very conventional kind of player, uses the feet well against the spinners, and then works the ball around to pick up the.
You mentioned her injuries as well. So coming back from an injury, oftentimes you're a little tentative, especially on the field, hesitant to put in those dives, to make those stops. But you haven't seen that at all from Caroline Diol, and she's running well between the wickets, looking, as both of you mentioned, very confident and athletic as well. It hasn't hampered her, and the way she's come back so strong.
Preferring to bowl from round the wicket is Elaine. You wonder what the basic idea is. She's got 5 fielders on the offside. And there are a lot of gaps for the batters on the onside. Any little nudge will give them an opportunity to push the fielders out in the deep, because the 4 fielders are out in the deep, so it will give them opportunities to look for twos. The last ball has been declared as a no ball, and this is a free hit. It'll be interesting to see the area Caroline Diol picks to dispatch the free hit.
With all 4 fielders on the leg side, on the boundary, will she look to go inside out, clear that infield on the offside? Free hit. Continues. Getting worse and worse for the West Indies bowlers.
Umpire Madana Gopal kept busy there. Field can't be changed if the striker is the same. Caroline Diol has been playing the last 2 deliveries. Injury on the onside, but she will not find the boundary. Lane will be happy that she's gotten away lightly with a free hit. The last wicket to fall was that of Harmanpreet Kaur. Fuller in length and the wrong line as well. The predetermined shot not coming off from the skipper. And on that occasion, the bowler got the better of the batter.
There are so many areas when you look at the wicket of Harmanpreet Kaur. Look at her stance, where she is. Where she was looking to hit that ball, even if there was gap on the onside. We'll have a look again. boundary. Should be a boundary.
It's not all about power, it's about awareness of where the fielders are, especially when you're looking to use the pace of the bowler, which Arlene Diol does extraordinarily well as she nudges one fine on the onside, waiting for the ball to come on to her. The fielder was wide out on the deep.
Runs conceded in the Alia lane over. 2-8 for 3.
A big over 12 runs coming off it in India, going along at 6.16 here.
Nice target that they have an option of putting up for the West Indies. 314 that they got in the first one-day international India. Fletcher, fresh from a Harmanpreet Kaur wicket, and just to have a look where she's standing, covering the stumps, her back leg slightly outside the off stump. Even before the ball has dipped in front of her, she's nearly through with that shot. Yes, there was a massive gap between deep mid wicket and long on. Mid wicket was locked square up. So she was trying to plug that gap between deep mid-wicket and long on. When in such a predetermined condition, you want to offer a shot, most times you're not looking at the ball. And I got the feeling when she was playing that shot that she was not looking at the ball. She just saw it come out of the hand of the bowler, and then it was just up to her which shot she wants to play where.
Yeah, we talk so often about retaining the shape, but what is also critical is to keep the eyes on the ball till the contact is made with the ball. And this is where sometimes the eyes are not on the ball all the time. And that can be a problem.
Because a pitched up delivery from Fletcher in the previous game could have been driven as well, could have been hit over the extra cover region and still got the same result, a boundary. So that slight miss in the technique, trying to get ahead of yourself, the game just keeps reminding us, keep watching the ball. That's as simple as that. The moment you take your eyes off the ball, it will punish you. Class stuff. This is quality innings from Arlene Diol.
Taking it on the full and clobbering it down the ground. Arlene Diol using her feet well against the spinners repeatedly to try and confuse the bowlers.
Although it was a full toss and quite high as well, because she used her feet, she had to change and adjust her shot and went more flat-batted. So she's been good with her shot selection early in the It was tossed up, so she started charging. It was quite high and adjusted well.
That's four again. Should have been stopped much earlier from Sienna Joseph. 2-3-7 for 3. We'll just have a confirmation whether Kiana Joseph disturbed the boundary cushions or not. Looks okay there. 3, 7 for 3.
The openers gave another good start, 110 runs between the two of them. And then Harleen Deol, Harmanpreet Kaur continued the good work. Harleen is still out there, joined by Jemima Rodriguez.
Overs done to 37 for 3. That's up. W.B. Raman, you've spent a fair amount of time in the Indian dressing room, coaching the women's team. What, according to you, over the years has changed for Harleen Deol?
She was always a very good offside player, and she liked to play drives more often. What has happened over the years is that she's adapted to the demands of different formats well enough. Like improvising like that. And this is why she's getting runs more on a consistent basis. She's developed a lot more shots to ensure that she is capable of getting runs under all conditions against different attacks. And one of the things she started doing well is to use her feet well against the spinners. And also her wrists are a lot more neutral. When she first came into the setup of the Indian side, she had wrists which were very, very strong on the bat, and she was struggling to play shots on the onside. Once she relaxed her wrist a little bit and started keeping them neutral, she has been able to put away deliveries on the onside as well. But once you develop a few extra shots, and then if you develop the ability to play shots all around the wicket, that is when you start succeeding more consistently.
Also feel because of better fitness level, she's become very light on her feet. Way outside the off stump. And because you're light on your feet, you're able to use your feet a lot more and try to disturb the line and length of the bowler. She loves playing through the point reach and the cover point gap. She loves piercing that. So very rightly put. The onside play has certainly improved. She's able to get those singles at will as well. You have the field spread out, 4 fielders on the boundary, and she's able to take away at those singles quite easily, without any risk.
On the mental side of things, I feel that she's also gotten rid of the inhibitions she might have had.
Like any young player would have, coming into an international setup, trying to make a place for yourself in that dressing room, in that playing 11. And also because not enough chances or not a long run was offered right at the start. You had to wait for your turn, you had to wait for an injury to come from somewhere around for you to get in, or a replacement. But one thing has stayed with her is a good fielder. That certainly helps. 2 for 2 for 3.
Something different for the Indian batters to face.
Talking about the Indian batting lineup, what is really pleasing to me is the way the Indian batting order has evolved. The middle order is a lot more stronger, a lot more capable, and it can be a very formidable unit. Because there were times when India was depending totally on Harmanpreet Kaur to fire all the time. But she's got Jemima, who's blossomed into a fantastic batter of late. And then there's the talented Richa Ghosh. And if Harleen Deol can churn out runs consistently like this, then the batting unit looks absolutely formidable and can pose a lot of headaches to the best of attacks.
And the good thing is that India has opportunities of playing one-day games. There's one more one-day international after today that they'll be up against the West Indies. There's 3 more games coming up against Ireland in January. So whilst the victory will give them that confidence in that dressing room that yes, a lot of things are going right, individual games and individual scores will just provide that impetus in that batting order that things can be managed in case there is a tougher opposition or a tougher scenario. You mentioned the games against Ireland, 3 coming up, and then England as well, 3 ODIs and 5 T20Is. That's an away series that is in England. Goes over the top and gets another boundary.
Very stylish is Arlene Diol, even when she plays shots into this. Borderman coming into play there. She got the elevation to clear the infield. And the timing was so good, it gave no chance to the fielders out in the deep to even get anywhere close to it. Nicely played.
Yeah, the way that she maneuvers that shot with her wrists, the head not falling, maintaining a very steady posture. Excellent stuff.
Carrying on about the Indian batting to complement this strong middle order. You got all-rounders like Deepti Sharma, and of course Pooja Vastrakar is not in the side now, but when she's back, the lineup is going to be a very long one.
And with the number of games coming up, to do it consistently, to get in excess of 280, 300 on a consistent basis, and also chase down big scores, will be very important going forward. 40 overs gone, 249 for 3.
Here's the ball.
Just smash the ball. I thought there's no tomorrow.
The 250 is up, going at 6.22. We have Richa Ghosh to come, the batters to come. Deepti Sharma, Sanma Thakur, Tita Sadhu.
Lovely. This is excellent batting from Arlene Diol.
Glorious shot from Arlene Diol. She was taking on the off spinner, making room for herself and playing the shot against the turn. And even though the ball was dipping on her, she executes that shot with great perfection. The stride was big and she was absolutely in control of it all the way through. Not the easiest of shots to play, but she made it look easy.
And goes again. You can see a batter coming off ages. Arlene Diol has been around the Indian team for a while now, for at least 4 or 5 years. But this shot, a quality shot to go over the infield, is just a reminder that it might take a slightly longer time for a batter to mature, but once a batter is there, you will see shots like these come out.
Temperament on the part of the plate to absorb the pressure, plus the patience of the selectors is what makes a player.
Career builds up just like an innings. You do the hard yards initially, and then the reward will come. And what an innings it's been from her so far. She's still not done.
The only blip was the fact that she picked out the fielder at short square leg, Deandra Doughton. That was the only opportunity that she provided when she was on 19 at that point of time. But other than that, the manner in which she's constructed the innings, and the control that she's displayed. I think that's been the hallmark of her 81 so far. 257, 258 for 3.
With an ODI World Cup coming next year, we're going from strength to strength, learning with every outing. Jemima as well has played a good.
Her awareness, the way she's going about her batting, and the way she's reading the situation and adapting according to the situation. Holistic improvement in Jemima as a cricketer.
Excellent stuff. The poise that she has shown, the aggression that she has used, especially to come down the track at will or to stay back in a crease, but each time she's come dancing down, very well assessed the gap that she wants to hit and how far down she wants to meet the ball.
The way she's controlled her hands on the bat has been impressive, Arlene Dual. Normally when she played from the crease, she's used the top hand, but whenever she's charged down the track, she's brought the bottom hand into play to generate the power and get the distance as well. And that's top batting.
This time the bat turning in her hands, is looking to go for a little bit of extra power. But this is also good. This is Hirshmar Amharat's final over. Play it out, take a couple of singles, and then go after the last 8.
She only says 2, Jamie. She doesn't believe in 1. In saying 263 for 3.